Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are, whenever you are. Welcome to a new DC live stream. I'm your host, Matthew Batiri, here with you today to take you through some Bitcoin technical analysis, because at the end of the day, it is the Godfather. It predicts where everything else will be going, up or down. So we're going to dive into the charts, and I'm going to start with a little bit of hopium. So what I want to show you to start the day is the MACD. Oh no, let me just undo that. Delete it. There we go. Nope. Doesn't want to zoom in. There we are. All right, I want to show you the MACD. So this is something I just caught before I jumped on stream, and I was like, oh, I think we can start the today's live stream with some positivity before I go into the bearish case of what I think is still going to occur with Bitcoin before going up. So what I want you to look at is every time that we have created a lighter color histogram candle on the MACD, that has signified basically the bottom for Bitcoin. Now, we still have about 8 days, I believe, for the month of October to end. So I'm going to start off with the case of this bullish case. So what I've done, apart from these two lines on the right, because these are just, let me just actually remove them because I can, there we go. So I've jotted with a vertical line each time that the monthly MACD histogram has changed color from a dark pink to a light pink, or red to pink, or whatever you see as a color. So I've marked out this month. I've marked out the previous month here, April 2020, when it was the COVID crash, the 2019 bear market, and the 2015 bear market. Now, unfortunately, there was no monthly MACD at the time previously to that. So we're just going to start by looking at this MACD. So now I'm going to zoom out, and we're going to look at the price of Bitcoin and what it was doing that month that we created a lighter histogram candle. So there's still, like I said, there's still 7 or 8 days left in the month. And that gives us plenty of time to still have a leg down and turn this current lighter histogram candle darker. But to just save a bit of time, what I did was I marked out each previous first lighter candle from a bear market to see what happened. So as I mentioned before, we have the COVID dump right here. All right, so that is when we dropped from 9,000 to 4,000 in the space of a month. We had a pretty good recovery the following month. We got all the way back up to 9,500. So it's basically, down 60%, 65%, then right back up the following month. So then we move on to the 2019 bear market, and we can see that it was basically the bottom, and this candle turned green. So I think if we are right now, because we are in a green candle for the month, so we opened the month. Where did we open the month? The opening was 19,421. So we're still in a green candle, but if this candle does turn red, I'd like to see if that also changes the color of the histogram. So I'm assuming so. That's what it did there. That's what it did there. And what about this last one? No, this one was a red candle. Okay, this one was a red candle, but we still had, by the looks of it, if I just move this to the side, we still had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months of lower price, or sideways and lower pricing. So this candle right here, the close was $244. Geez, imagine getting Bitcoin back at those prices. And the close here was $229. So not a huge disparity, but at least that's just 10%. The low was 1988, and that one, let's just say the open, or actually the high, so 300 was that $301, and this one, so it's still lost 30%. Okay, so if you're going from the top of this candle right here, let me just mark it off so everyone at home can see what I'm talking about. Where's my, oh man, do I not have that one, the ray? I do have the ray, okay. No, that's not the one we want just the horizontal one. So we're gonna go from here to that line. There was, if I zoom in a little bit, there was, okay, still a 33% drop in the market between this high and that low, even though the MACD did signify that we had basically bottomed. So we still went sideways for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll say 6 months, another 6 months. When BTC 100K, great question. Not this year, not next year, I don't think, or maybe end of next year, maybe the end of next year, but I don't think so. I think we're just going to get started at the end of next year. I think we've still got a bit more time to go. So you can see that on the MACD, oops, I was on the wrong candle. There we go, that candle. So on this candle, even though the MACD did change colors, we remained basically in a bear market for another 6 months, and price still dropped a further 33%. Okay, so we do have a bit of an outlier here, but the preceding bear markets signified the low, and then we went up from there, and we kind of never looked back. So because one thing that concerns me is the depth of this MACD, how deep down it's gone. But then again, it's probably just reversing the momentum to the upside that we had in the bull market, and I'm assuming the next MACD after this one will probably be higher than this one, and so forth. So I'm not too concerned, but you can see that once we topped out in the green, we went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more candles. So 8 months of sideways. Basically, we did go down and come back up. 8 more months of sideways before we then started having the drastical drop down. So we will probably print just as many candles to the left that we've had. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 months. So we may not see any higher prices, for 9 months, if that is the case. So 9 bars right there. So not till July next year is when we could be possibly coming out of this bull market and starting the exponential rise. So the bull market should usually start, if we look at this one, let's have a look at when this crossed over right here. So that crossed over here, bullish. But this is a bit of an outlier, so let's not use that one because that was, like I said, it was a bit of an outlier. But you can see, okay, here's a good example. So we had 3 bars to the upside, 3 to the downside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 reds on the left and then 4 here. So this is also maybe what the way of doing it is a bit skewed, because yes, we could have a rapid rise to the upside, and that removes the amount of months that we're going to, it's going to take for us to start the exponential rise of the market. But let's have a look at the previous one, because this one as well, where the moving averages crossed over and when we went from red histogram to green was just 1 bar. You can see we just pumped to the upside, and then we obviously had the corona dump. But let's have a look at what happened when we crossed the MACD here. So this is where I'm going to move this line. This is where the MACD lines crossed over, and we also went from red to green on the histogram. You could see that we'd already had about 3 months of bull market, or the start of the bull market, before we sort of launched off. We had the exponential growth once the MACD crossed over, and then we just kind of went parabolic. So the MACD crossing over signifies for me where the parabola starts, but not necessarily where the bull market starts. So if the bull market starts, let's say 3 months beforehand, so we should still have, most likely, 6 more months of sideways consolidation for Bitcoin, probably between, these ranges here, right here. So we've probably got 6 more months of sideways, but not going any lower. And not going any lower. And then an exponential rise 6 months later, which is right where I said it, right here. So that's 8 bars. Let's go 6 months there. So let me bring that back. So April 1st next year is when we're going to start the exponential rise. So we'll have 6 more months of just, rubbish price. And then we'll be close to the top side of this triangle. The histogram would have gone from pink to green, and the moving averages would have crossed over, giving us the exponential rise, which is what has occurred in the previous 3 bull runs when the moving averages crossed over and also the histogram changed colors. So there is some positive news for the bulls out there that want to have some hopium about the price. And as Ahmed said, when BTC 100K. So We will probably not see it in the first part of next year, but if the exponential bull run does start on Saturday, so on the 1st of April, which, bear in mind, is the same date that this bull market also commenced. This was the exponential pop. We saw a huge pop that day on April 1st, 2019. I was watching it live and I was like, oh, geez, what's going on? I thought Bitcoin was dead. I thought I got completely scammed. I thought I lost all my money. I was still hodling. Had no idea about cryptocurrency. Then April 1st, 2019, I'll remember this date. Well, it says second here, but it was actually the first because it went just pop. Bitcoin went from 4,100 to 5,000. It basically went up 20% in a day. That's what Bitcoin can do. So when that day comes, if that day is also April 1st next year, that'd be pretty crazy. It'd be doing the same thing twice. Let's have a look at when that was 1st of September, December. I mean, if you look at the previous bull run as well here, this was April 1st. No, it was April. April 1st was basically, you could have said it 3 candles ago, but let's just also give this the benefit of the doubt. April 1st, boom. April 1st, let's go here. April 1st, and we remove that one. We could have the next exponential rise for Bitcoin on April 1st, every single previous bull market, which is pretty crazy. Let's have a look. Where was April 1st here? December, April 1st. Look at that. Okay. Guys, April 1st, 2023. Put it in your calendar. I'm going to put this into my predictions box. So I'm going to put a little text here just for a reminder. I'm going to shove it in my, exponential BTC rise to commence April 1st, 2023. All right, guys, there we go. I am going to remove those lines. I will pop this rectangle in my predictions. I'm going to put the text in the predictions. So now it's part of the predictions, which was, there you go. Look at that. Exponential bull run commences 29th of May, April, May, June. Yeah. So April, May, there you go. So I have 2 dates that I've done different technical analysis on. I forget which video I did a prediction on these, both these dates. So the exponential bull run commences between April and May next year. So that's what I'm thinking. And the bear market bottom being 1st of August, 2024. So basically we'll go up crazy for 6 months on April 1st, which will take us all the way to about, December or October, December. And then the bear market will start, and then we will be at the bottom of the bear market 1st of August 2024. These are obviously predictions, guys. This one was done with a fib time. This one was done with a fib time, and now I've just done this one. Looking at the MACD, considering how many red bars we had, thinking we're not going to get any more than 9. So let's just say we get six lighter candle bars, meaning we'll go sideways for the next 6 months. Really boring price action, but you can still trade these ranges, and then obviously going crazy in April 1st, 2023. That is what I'm thinking. So now we have talked about the hopium. Let's look at what the stock market is doing, because the stock market is also justifying what Bitcoin is doing. The stock market on the monthly also printed a histogram, possibly signaling a bottom. We have 2 lighter colored candles on the weekly. We have bullish divergence with the MACD. So we've created a lower low in price. Alrighty, and we have a higher low with the MACD. So bullish on the weekly scale. Maybe we've seen the end of the stock market drop. People are talking about maybe the Fed only increasing interest rates to 50 basis points this next one. That would give a lot of investors confidence that we're starting to see and fix the financial issues for America, which then makes everyone else confident. So that's bullish. Let me quickly chuck on my stochastic RSI because I like that one as well. Let's go back to let's go back to weekly real quick. Yep. So no, it's monthly. Okay, on the monthly, we're still overbought. So That's the DXY. Sorry, I'm on the wrong thing. Okay, we're oversold on the weekly. On the monthly on the ES, which is the same as the SPX. Yep. Let me go to the weekly. We're oversold, so we're getting a kick to the upside. Monthly said oversold. Yep, sweet. And on the daily, we're overbought. So maybe we have a bit of a pullback this week. And then next week we start the pop with the ES. So maybe we have like a quick flash crash this week, which also keeps us in October. And then we have a quick recovery back to the upside. So that's, that the ES is kind of looking okay. The DXY on the weekly, look at that MACD. It's super overextended. The stochastic RSI is completely pointing to the downside. We have bearish divergence, higher high in prices. Okay, follow the green, and a lower high in the stochastic. So that is the bearish divergence. Hence why we're probably selling. We're going to probably see risk on assets like cryptocurrencies, like technology, all that type of jazz, probably pop if we break this parallel channel. We've been in this parallel channel for a while, a couple of fake outs to the downside. And right now we're testing this trend line. But if we break through, I can guarantee Bitcoin's probably going to have a bit of a pop, and so will everything else. So I wanted to show you guys that to start with. Alrighty, onto Bitcoin. So if we go to the weekly, the MACD still looks healthy. We've got a dark colored histogram candle. The stochastic is now going sideways. It looks like it's created a bit of a triangle. So a bit of a pattern here, a bit of a triangle pattern. Could we get a break to the upside before we get a retracement? Could we just go up to this trend? That trend line's not there because I'm on log. Could we go to the 618 from this high to there, or retest that sort of $25,000 level before coming back down and just zigzagging sideways for a while before we have that pop? What date? April 1st, 2023. We just did the TA on that. So if you just joined us and you want to see when I predicted we're going to start moving, it's April 1st next year. On the daily, the moving averages on the stochastic are turning over. We just printed a lighter color on the MACD. Looks like she wants to go back and test the point of control of this entire sideways range, which is about 19,159. So we'll probably see a bit of a reaction there. Let's zoom in to see if we can find any support. So let's do a quick little fib. So we did hit the bottom of the fib at 19,259. Let's go to the hourly. So we're just hitting that fib. So this is a point of support. So we could just continue here, but if we break through, that's not going to be sort of good news. And then we'll have one last save, possibly at 19,177, which is in line with the 19,150 point of control of this entire sideways range that I just pointed out. So we've been basically going sideways between 20,500 and 18,000 since September 14, so 6 weeks now. The point of control, so the most amount of Bitcoin has been traded around about 19,150. Looks like she's wanting to go down there to see if we can bounce. We should have some support, but will it hold? That is the question. If it does not hold, we come back down to the value area low of the range, about 18,800. Yeah, we need to find some support there, or else we'll start trying to push to new lows below 18,000 here. And we'll probably end up going wick down below here, maybe hit the trend line. So worst case could be, 16,000. That'd be a quick little drop. Maybe then come back up to the value area. There's lots of things that could happen. So that's what I'm kind of predicting in the short term. We have to see if this point of control holds us. Hopefully it does. And then we could, like I said, start testing the upside of this range around about, first of all, this high. Obviously, we can draw a fib from this high. If we break to the upside from here to here, I've got to zoom in because I'm not getting the right spots. So let me go there and let me go there. Yep, there we go. So yeah, around 21,000. 21,000 is where I could see this pop to. If we find support here, we could go up as high as there. We'd find probably a lot of resistance here because we're still not in the perfect zone in the perfect environment for anything to start popping off. But things are looking a little bit better. Things are looking a little bit better. We just need to have faith. Alrighty, guys, that is it for today's live stream. Thank you for watching. Feel free to like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications for our videos. We have 5 live videos every week, Monday to Friday, and then Saturday, Sunday, some educational stuff. So feel free to jump on those live streams, try and learn as much as you can, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks for watching, and catch you tomorrow for the DC live stream. Bye.